Good evening. Horror and chaos be to you in the name of Runie. Now, lunatics welcome one another as I shall welcome you. Hi, hi. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's another edition of Faye's Alias the Devil Fruit Feeding. You guys are not at the first one. We did not get through all the Alias members. We only got through 3 of them, so we still have 3 left to go. We are perfectly halfway through, so we're going to be finishing it up today, starting off with the lovely Airisaka. And Warng, thank you very much for the tip, thank you. I feel like... super rare! Congratulations, Noah, on the super rare. Mwah. Happy Thursday, Runie. Thank you! Thank you! The Devil Fruit streams are some of my favorites. They're so well thought out and creative. Each option could easily fit every talent. Can't wait to see who gets which fruit today. And then we'll just have Kaleido and perhaps an eventual tournament arc. Yes. Did I lower the fruit choices? No, because I already had this all set up and prepped. So we still have 3 choices per talent. But I'm just gonna, you know, try to keep it snappy today. We're not gonna try to waste too much time, you know. No, we can't do another 4-hour stream. It's gotta be like half that. I gotta go to bed, I got things to do. I'm tired today because I didn't have coffee for work. Ooh, wow. So I didn't have coffee today, and so I've been so sleepy all day long. Ooh. You've heard that one before. Well, this time you better believe it. You better believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Dun, 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 naru,
What
dun.
the heck?
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What the heck? That's
Wow.
a right umbrella. An EP. An EP. Let's go gambling. Excited for more One Piece talks. I'm gonna do my best to continue catching up while you yap. Runie love, thank you.
What the heck?
I hope that you are able to catch up. I haven't read the newest chapter, so I'll probably do that
Wow.
after stream. In a recent interview, Eiichiro Oda said that he had no plans to continue the manga. Komi-san can't communicate. Wrong, Oda said the mangaka. You have me so confused there. I'm sure Komi-san will get a completion, right? That'll get a completion. I don't know if you guys would want to read it if Eiichiro Oda wrote it. It would be much more perverted. You know how Oda is. He's a pervert. Or maybe you would want to read it. Yes. I really do have to get into the stream, but I do want to tell you guys about one other thing before we get started. Yeah, now I have your attention. I knew it. I knew it. If I get a comment or higher, Runie is adorable. Looking forward to more One Piece yaps. Ah, I'm adorable. It's official. I feel like this is the 3rd time you've said that. Do you have to say it once per stream? Am I not adorable on stream until you said that? So until now I wasn't adorable? Wow. Well, I'm glad I am now. What a relief. Hello, my darling, beautiful, mature, evil woman. Today is my birthday. Could I get a happy birthday song? Pretty please. Well, since you said please. Happy birthday, say hooray. Let's convey our hearts. We're so happy to have you here with us. Happy birthday, let's display the joy in our hearts. Well, don't dare disobey. Have a rooster birthday. Happy birthday. What sound does a whoopee cushion make? How do you spell that? How do you spell that noise? I know I'm like really good at like recreating noises. I'm like so good at it. Can that be a new alert? No! Lung capacity, that's a joke. Your girl's got asthma. My lung capacity is so sad. Ah! My goodness, Salamandra! Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Wow, thank you. That was very, very, very sweet of you. I really appreciate it. Wow, why are you guys being so... Was it the... Is that what did it? The... Do I need to do... Is that what pleases you? Or did you send the gifted and then while it was going through I did that and you were like, oh my gosh, no, can I take it back? You were trying to cancel it as quickly as you could, but it was too late and it went through anyways. And now, ha 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 ha, the evil woman has your 50 gifted memberships and all you got in return was a... Just kidding. I'll also give you... Gifted memberships, whoo! Gifted memberships today, gifted memberships today, hooray! Gifted memberships, wow! Make sure you say thanks now. Gifted memberships today. Thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you. I'm distracted now. What was I doing? What was I saying? Runie, after being slightly irritated at work, is such a treat. What? I don't know that word. Irradiated? Irradiated? I genuinely don't know. I don't know that word. No, you're not getting a 4-hour stream. What the heck? The 100th friend is real, Komi-san. Aww. It is real. The 100th friend is real. Whitebeard said it. I heard him. No, not a 5-hour stream. Like a 2-hour stream. We're only 10 minutes in. We're doing good. There was something I wanted to tell you guys. Once per stream, Gamba, until Elden Ring dreams come true, number 2. I don't want to, like, poke fun at you guys too much, because I'm afraid that one of you really will pull it early on. But you're never gonna pull it. You're never gonna pull it. You're never gonna pull it. Oh wait, I already read that one. Oh, I got all mixed up on where I was. It's okay. Okay, I'm caught up now. There was something I was gonna tell you. Runetics, what was I gonna tell you? Runetics, what was I gonna tell you? It's gone. It's left my head. Oh wait, no, I remember. I made a really yummy drink yesterday. I didn't make it today for myself because I didn't feel like having a drink today, but I did make one for my mom. It's really, really good. So it's called an Italian margarita. And when I first saw this recipe, I thought, there's no way that this is going to taste good. I was very, let's say, skeptical. And then I also heard that it's on the menu at Olive Garden. So color me extra suspicious. Whatever the word is I just said a few seconds ago. However, I gave it a shot. And I gotta say, the almond flavor of this drink with the lime works well. I never thought that almond and lime would go together, but it does. So let me tell you, let me tell you everything that was in it. Okay, hold on, I think I have it written down somewhere. Okay, so it's... I'm not really... I'm not really Italian, oh no. It's a meatball. It's a me, a Runie Rouge. Okay, so this is what's in it. It's got tequila, amaretto, lime juice, eye lady, orange juice, and a whole egg. You do a dry shake. Eye lady? Eye lady's balls on your face. Ah, I got your ass. What the hell? No, but I really did make the drink. I didn't have eye lady. They fell for it. You fell for it. Yes, I know. A whole egg in this economy. Very crazy. Someone pulled that joke on me yesterday. It made me laugh so hard. I had to do it to you guys. Ha ha. Chat, is it over? It's never over. You'll never escape. But no, in all seriousness, it's 1.5 ounces tequila, 1.5 ounces Di Serono, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, 1/2 ounce of orange juice, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, and a whole egg white. Dry shake, put the ice in, shake with ice, double strain, and then you top it off with like you take a chestnut, which I actually did happen to have a chestnut lying around. You take a chestnut and you grate the chestnut on top of the drink. It just adds like kind of like an aroma to the drink, but it is genuinely very, very delicious. But no, I may or may not have been lying when I said there was eye lady in it. But I have been feeling guilty lately putting eggs into my drinks, man. You grate the nuts on it, sure. You do though. Wait, you actually do. You actually do though. That's not part of the joke. Or is it? Anyways, you guys got you. Ha ha ha. I'm very proud of myself. I pulled it off. I was a little bit nervous. I was nervous I was gonna mess it up. Yes, it's my revenge! You have opened a Pandora's box beyond your imagination. What, are you guys gonna take that as a challenge? What? You think you can top me? Ha! Foolishness, lunatics. Foolishness. Bro, you ate the joke so hard. Yeah, can I get an Irie with a pinch of Arena and a side of Panko with Rie sauce and Sheena for dessert? No. Because clearly you don't have enough of an appetite for Remy. Unacceptable. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna get them good with this. Runie Roos sits at her desk all day, giggling to herself out loud. Oh no, like the second I heard the joke yesterday, I was like, okay, I gotta do this tomorrow. Like, when can I sneak it in? And then I was like, okay, I'll tell them about the drink that I made, and then that can be like my N, and I'll say it's one of the ingredients because I know they pay attention to when I tell them ingredients so that they can try making the drinks themselves. So I know if I say it's an ingredient, somebody's gonna ask me because they're never gonna have heard it before and they're gonna be curious. And then I hit them with it. It's true! I do use some exotic ingredients. Master Ruser. Ruser? I hardly know her. Happy Thursday, Rudy. Hope your day isn't going well. Can't wait to see your selections for this Alias Devil Fruit sampling. The wonders and amazements of your stream is quite whimsical and exciting. Thank you. I'm excited to get into this too. We gotta get into this. All right. Irie. First, I've got 3 selections for Irie. We're gonna go through them, write some pros and write some cons, and then you guys get to decide which one you are force feeding her. Now, this first choice for Irie, I think is going to come as a surprise to you guys. I don't think you guys are gonna see this one coming. And initially when you see it, you might be like, why? But just bear with me because I do think this really works for her. All right. So the first devil fruit is... Oh. No, that's wrong. This isn't the one I meant to do. Okay, well, okay. I was actually talking about a different fruit. This one is more obvious. The next fruit that we do will maybe be a little bit more of a surprise. I had a pwn moment. You know what? It goes with the territory. It goes with the territory. Obviously you guys are already clocking this one. I picked this fruit because I think Irie could use it. I love Irie and I think this might be helpful to her. But this is, of course, Bartolomeo's fruit, the barrier fruit, or bari no mi. This is a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows the user to generate barriers, making her a barrier wolf. So we're going to go through some of the pros and cons of this, but let's just consult the devil fruit wiki and see what they say about this fruit's weaknesses and strengths. Now, we've actually seen 2 people have this fruit before, because we've also seen Kurozumi Sumimaru also had this fruit, but I picked Bartolomeo to represent it because he's the current fruit user, and also we love Barto in this house. Okay. Okay, kind of a lengthy session for this. Let me read this to you guys. I'll read it to you in a comforting voice, so this can still count as good content. Is it truck-proof? Well, let's find out. The fruit's bestowed power is to conjure physical barriers out of thin air, either invisible or visibly transparent, resembling tinted panes or domes of glass. This is often achieved by the user making a finger-crossing gesture, though this does not appear to be required. Such barriers can shield the user against attacks, usually from the front, but also from other or even all directions, depending on a barrier's given shape and position. The barriers boast immense defensive power. Bartolomeo has a high opinion of his barrier strength, as he was confident that they were unbreakable and could stop Doflamingo's birdcage, which can slice stone buildings and enormous meteorites with great ease. Powerful attacks that the Bari no Mi's barriers were able to completely block without the slightest crack include Kozuki Odin's sword slashes, Elizabello's Second's King Punch. I don't even remember who that is. A punch capable of breaking 4,000 tiles. Dellinger's Kick. Bleh, Dellinger. Hakuba's super fast sword attacks, and Gladys' Self Rupture. The barrier can also be used for offensive purposes, such as launching it forward to create powerful forces to strike targets, or to deflect forces sent by enemies right back at them. Another strength of this fruit Bartolomeo has displayed is the ability to form his barriers into solid constructs of various shapes, such as stairs which people can stand on, making this fruit useful for getting to hard-to-reach places. According to Oda, the barriers created can cover a range of 50,000 bari-baris. Okay, wait, so that's a joke. Oh, Oda likes doing this sometimes, where he gives you an answer with a non-answer. Bari-bari? Exactly. As always, every time I start looking into these fruits, they just appear even more OP than I thought they were in the first place. Taskaru, I need Runie GPS voice just like this. I would love to record GPS for you. Alright, now we're gonna go over some weaknesses. While it is unknown if the barriers have a breaking point, they still have several weaknesses. The user can only sustain one barrier at a time. There is a limit to how much barrier surface can be deployed at once. Examples of the dangers presented by this weakness include Bartolomeo having been unable to completely block Pika's giant stone fist, or produce more barriers after having already crafted a large staircase out of them prior. Certain barrier shapes can still be outflanked by going around, above, or below them, especially if the user is ambushed or attacked by an enemy at superhuman speed. However, this is normally not an issue, because the user can freely morph the shape of the barrier even after it has been deployed. Bartolomeo does need to move or reshape his barriers in order to attack, trading the barrier's protection for offense. The fruit also does not give the user superhuman durability, meaning that they can be vulnerable if the barrier is bypassed. The barriers are not usually soundproof, as seen when Bartolomeo was unable to block Diamante's taunts about murdering Rebecca's mother. In One Piece Film Red, Uta was able to break a soundproof barrier deployed by Bartolomeo when she attempted summoning Pope Musica, though this took place in the Uta world, and that is completely under Uta's control. And it's not canon, so we don't care about that. Alright, so this is everything you need to know about the Bari no Mi. So now we're going to focus on some pros and cons of this fruit specifically for Airi. Is there a fruit that empties your mind to a concerning degree and makes you unable to pick up on innuendos? Are you suggesting this for our lovely Airi? Because I fear she may not need it. That may be an innate ability. Alright, so I'm just gonna put protection with a bunch of exclamation points. Obviously, this is why I think Airi needs this the most. Especially against Truck-kun. Oh my gosh. So there's one pro right there. Hey, thank you for the gift of membership, Ear Trumpet. Yeah, you can make stairs and other shapes. That's actually very helpful. As well as shape her barriers. However, I'm just gonna say shape her barriers. You guys know what I mean. Pawn square? She could make a pawn square. Hold on, I'm gonna put that here. She can make a pawn square. And there's no isekaiing for Airi with this fruit. She can just protect herself. And also others. All automobiles, ultimate protection, because these are pretty strong barriers, so I don't think a truck is getting through these barriers. Yeah, let me put can also protect others. Can change shape freely. You have some offensive ability. Are we impregnable? Do you want to put that in pro? I don't know if that's a pro. All right, you guys tell me, is that a pro or a con? It could be used as an umbrella. That way Irie will never get rained on again. I feel like she would very much appreciate that. Okay, let's do some cons now. Still vulnerable. If barrier fails or is bypassed. So that's not good. She does seem to get baby fever, so well then we'll put that over here. And we'll put that over there. Remember that any fruit that enhances Irie's ability to defend herself also enhances her ability to troll other people exponentially. True. I can think of ways that she could troll people. I mean, she could trap Peepa in a glass box for all the world to view. Just think about it. yeah, Clara's verbal attacks. I'm just gonna say weak verbal attacks. That's funny. And true. Oh, yep. There we go. Might walk. Now that would be extra embarrassing if she does walk into her own barrier. At the same time, I really like the image of this. I find this a very satisfying image. Isekai'd by her own barrier. Oh no! I disconnected. Okay, am I back? Oh no, Runetics, come back! You can blame it all on yourself, so Runetics, come back! Okay, you're back? Okay, good. Actually, when I got home from work today, my internet was out again, so that was really frustrating. I don't know what they're doing. ISP, get it together. Because it was out again, but then it came back. So it's back right now. Hopefully it doesn't go out again. Okay. I say let's go with this. I'm happy with these choices. We're gonna lock them in. And now we have to go to our next one. This is the one that I said I really don't think you guys are going to see this one coming. In fact, maybe you guys can throw in some guesses. What this mysterious next fruit that I've chosen for her, what do you think it is? ISP hate. I didn't lose you again, did I? Wax fruit? No. Gum fruit? No. Chop fruit? No. Robin's fruit? No. A luck-based fruit? Hoping Gamba luck fruit is there. The luck fruit? Now, you gotta remember, the luck fruit is actually not canon. The boing fruit? I should've. I think we already gave that to somebody though, didn't we? The next fruit we are going to be talking about is dan-ta-da-dan. The Buku no Mi, or the book fruit. This is a paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to manipulate books, making them a book wolf. I really think that this one would work well for Irie. First of all, we know that Airi loves a good story. She likes her manhwa, she likes her manga, okay? We also know that she's very imaginative. And then also, the way that I came to this was because I was trying to think of like getting trapped in, yeah, fan fiction too, writing fan fiction, yes. Okay, see, you guys are seeing the threads. I originally got here because I was trying to think of like getting trapped in like conversation in a yap, like the power of yap, the power of storytelling. And that's when I remembered the book fruit. And I just thought this would be a really good fit for her. Imagine getting trapped in a story of Airi's weaving. Or she could just trap you in any one of her manhwa, right? How would you like to be trapped in a romance manhwa? Exactly. Oh God, exactly. Oh, exactly. This is a very powerful fruit for Airi. So let me go through exactly how this fruit works, and then we're gonna write down some pros and cons. Should I keep doing like, should I keep doing the same voice, or do you guys want me to do a different voice? Should I try a reading voice like super cutesy or an accent, or should I keep with the Siri voice? She is a Fujo as well. Goblin voice? Okay. You asked for it, so I don't want to hear any complaints, okay? British voice? This is basically goblin voice, right?
This fruit grants the user the ability to control nearby books, regardless of their size, allowing them to telekinetically move them around and even use them as footholds. The biggest strength of this fruit is the ability to trap living things inside a book's setting. This can be done in two ways. First, by hovering an open book above the target. They will be placed under the visual illusion that they are inside the book's world, which will cease once the book is shut. Secondly, the user can physically trap targets inside a book, turning them into an illustration within that book where they will not age. Is usually seen pinning down his captives with oversized nails, which are seemingly unbreakable. Additionally, these inner worlds have no limit in space or design, since they are shaped by the user's imagination. A person can travel in and out of a book at will by inserting a special bookmark into the page. The user can also use books as a means of distant and broad communication. Monteor was shown calling multiple Din Mushi at once, connecting them all to a book, while he and his own Din Mushi were on top of another book. The specific mechanics of this ability are unknown. Placing a target under the illusion of a book setting only impairs their sight, allowing them to still move and use other senses, as shown when Luffy was able to hear Nami and still move around while under the illusion. Similarly, targets trapped inside a book can still communicate with the real world so long as the page they are on is kept open. Moreover, prisoners can be released by burning the books they are kept in, although this can be hazardous to them as well. Otherwise, the user is affected by the standard devil fruit weaknesses.
Did you guys like that? You sound like an evil fairy government. Oh my gosh, thank you. That was just my regular voice. Yeah, that was evil Runie. Alright, now here's the more important question. Did you guys listen to anything that I said? Did you listen to anything I said? I wasn't even doing a British accent. I decided I'd already hurt them too much. at least 50%. Not a goblin. Something about books. Alright. Well, luckily for you, I also didn't really pay attention. I was too busy trying to do the voice. Okay, so let's see. Can hypnotize and trap people with books. Hold on, I need to make this text smaller. Can fly on books. Can somehow... Somehow she can communicate long distance with books. We don't really know exactly how that works, but we do see it happen, so it happens. She doesn't need the books for that, she already does. But this is a new type. Yeah, yeah. Oh, can use unbreakable nails. Can create book prisons. I think I'm gonna have to do that. He's in the way. This image here is in the way. Not One Piece Twitter. This could be reality warping. Can, and then I should put books are based on her imagination. This is important because it doesn't have to just be like a book already that exists. She can literally just trap you in any book of her imagination. So, welcome to Irie's imagination, you guys. You're in prison there now. Irie really hates self-inserts. Would be a con. Would a con be accidentally trapping oneself in own book, if that's possible with this fruit, I mean? Yeah, let's put it on there. Absolutely. I could see that being a thing. Let's see. Accidentally becoming a self-insert. There you go. Illusions are broken by shutting the book. Or destroying it. That seems like a pretty easy way to get out of, like, all you have to do is shut the book and you're out of it. What other cons do we see? Irie would be too powerful with this fruit. Truly, I feel like the things that Irie could do with this fruit are unimaginable. Hey? You see what I did there? Getting lost in your own... Well, actually, that wouldn't be a con for her because she doesn't like self-inserts. So the odds of her actually getting lost in her own, like, books is very small because she wouldn't actually want to go into them. If she went into them, it would be by accident, like I said with the first one. And then she would just find a way to get out of it, right? But she probably could just get out of it. Oh, I have one. Balancing on books. ... I don't think Irie would be very good at this. You know, to fly on the books, you have to like balance on the books and fly around. That's a big pro, except for Irie, I feel like it's a little bit of a con. Because I see her falling off the books. It would have to be really big books. Not a seatbelt. Put a seatbelt on her, she would have to strap into the shoes. And she's gonna be flying like upside down on the book. Yeah, I fear for the pawn. Oh, paper cuts. You're right. That's another big con, paper cuts. Let's give her another Clara one. Because you know if she had this power, Clara would be begging to get trapped in a certain kind of book. Yeah, imagine having that. I wonder how long Irie could hold out. I feel like Irie could hold out for a long time though. I feel like she would really make Clara work for it. Clara goes MIA forever after about a week of learning she has a... No! See, this is why Irie's gotta hold out. We can't lose Clara! Yeah, it's truly infinite teasing fuel. There's a lot... Okay, this was also a pro for the other one, though I didn't write it down. But both of these fruits do give Irie quite the bullying power. There's a lot of bullying and teasing and brattiness that she could accomplish with both of these fruits so far. So, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil that this is also true of her third fruit. So, that'll just be a pro for all of the fruits. I feel good about this. Let's lock this in so we can get to this third fruit. Now this third fruit, this is serious business, okay? I want you guys to know that this third fruit is a reflection of how much I love Irie, okay? This is a serious fruit. Somebody guessed it as the second fruit. One of you guys guessed it as the book fruit. This is serious business, gals. Okay, because I share this hesitantly, and that is the Barabar no Mi, or the Chop fruit, a paramecia devil type fruit that allows the user to split their own body into pieces and then control said pieces. Used by the one, the only, your future Pirate King, Buggy D Clown. Now, I have offered this fruit as a suggestion for Irie said devil fruit for two main reasons. One, because I think she needs it. You know, the barrier fruit would protect her from a car, true, but the Barabar no Mi, the Chop fruit, would also protect her from a car. And also pretty much everything else that could possibly happen to her, she could protect herself with this fruit. This is an insanely defensive fruit. It's really, really hard to get damage in on somebody who's properly using the Chop fruit. Now that being said, my second reason for proposing the Chop fruit to Irie is, you know, as you guys mentioned earlier, I was highly thinking of giving her a luck-based fruit. Like in One Piece film Gold, there was a girl who had like a luck-based fruit where she could give people luck and then take luck away. And you know, Irie is a gambling wolf, so it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But, you know, there's just something charming to me about Irie being a gacha gambler and then also having bad luck. I feel like the bad luck is part of the package. It just wouldn't be Irie without it. So I didn't want to give her a luck-based fruit. But then I remembered a luck-based fruit that doesn't have much to do with luck at all, and that is the Chop fruit. Because we all know that Buggy D Clown is one of the luckiest characters in all of One Piece. This guy failure can do nothing but succeed. And I would like to see this kind of energy in Irie's life. I want her to girl fail her way to the top. I don't want her to girl succeed. I want her to girl fail upwards. Just like my man Buggy. because I need her to retain her poem, right? Without the poem, it's not Irie anymore. So this is truly, in my opinion, the perfect fruit for her. In my opinion, but at the end of the day, you guys get to choose. But we're gonna go through some of the pros and cons of this fruit. It's probably gonna be a really long Wikipedia page, so I don't know if I'll read all of it because there's a whole heck of a lot that you can do with the Barabara no Mi. We all know she'll forget a piece of herself. Now that would be a con, is that she could possibly lose a piece of herself. Oh, okay, actually the sections aren't quite as long as I thought. So actually I will read them. I won't do a voice this time though. The fruit's major strength, as demonstrated by Buggy, is that the user becomes permanently immune to damage from being cut or pierced, regardless of what form. Instead of the body parts being permanently dismembered from such attacks, the dismembered parts of the user's body fully remain in the direct control of the user. They can then be freely manipulated to either execute unique attacks or reattach them back to the body's remaining portion. In the anime, Buggy has even demonstrated being able to reconstitute himself in a Logia-like manner after getting reduced to fine strips by Dracula Mihawk. That's right, even Mihawk can't get through this fruit. Aside from this passive immunity, the user can also manually split their body apart by themselves without the need of being chopped by others in the first place. This is a convenient ability during battle since it allows the user to attack through enemy blocking attempts or avoid any incoming moves as long as they see it coming. The user is also able to live without being connected to vital limbs and organs of the body for long periods. Additionally, the levitation effect given by the freeform control of the parts seems to extend to things in contact with the user, allowing them to bypass gravity by lifting objects regardless of how heavy they are for as long as Buggy has a firm grip on them. With this aspect of the fruit's power, Buggy has been shown to easily lift individuals much larger and probably heavier than himself, such as the Blue Gorillas and Jinbei. Okay, I never interpreted it this way. I always just interpreted it as like he's got that arm strength. He lifted up Jinbei like he was a beanbag. And that means that he could lift you and toss you around the room like you were a Tic Tac. And I like that. It doesn't protect against blunt force if he gets hit with it, but if you see it coming, you can just split yourself apart. So, yes and no. All you have to do is see it coming in order to dodge it, and then dodging it is super, super easy. But yes, if it does make contact, you do take the blunt force damage. I don't think there's hot hockey that can bypass it, actually. We all know that Dracula Mihawk has a black blade, which is infused with armament hockey, and even that armament hockey infused black blade was not able to prevent Buggy from just splitting up into different pieces. He does too use hockey. Get out of here. He's not a fraud. You guys just wait. I can't wait for Mihawk to do something so sick. You guys are gonna be so gagged. All you haters. You haters. Conqueror's hockey from someone more powerful? We haven't seen any examples of that. To be honest, I'd be pretty surprised if Conqueror's hockey did too much to Buggy, considering he did grow up with a bunch of Conqueror hockey users around, so he's probably been exposed to Conqueror's hockey more times than Luffy has, you know? More times than a lot of people have. You guys are just making up stuff up now. Listen. Listen. Buggy's stronger than you think. I said so, and therefore it's true. Okay. Let's talk about some weaknesses. Though the user is immune to slashing and piercing attacks, they are still susceptible to other forms of engagement, such as blunt attacks, like punches and kicks. This can be mitigated by having the attacked body part fly off to deflect the force of the attack. But we also know that he can survive explosions. So I guess an explosion does not count as a blunt force attack. That's Mihawk D. Racule to you, okay? How dare you be a hater? No cross-guild hate in this house. Yeah, that's right. We've seen Buggy actually get blown up to bits and then be totally fine. He just reformed himself. So, I don't know. But like the fruit is legitimately, whether you think I'm exaggerating about Buggy's strength or not, the fruit legitimately is extremely overpowered. Also, even when a body part is separated, the user can still feel sensations of whatever happens to that part. This can be a major weakness even when the user is split up, as an enemy can do all sorts of things to the— Wait, why did they write it like that? Hold on, I gotta read it again. This can be a major weakness even when the user is split up, as an enemy can do all sorts of things to the other body parts. This includes tickling, pinching, groin kicks, and tying up most of the user's body part. Why is that so? Who wrote this Wikipedia page? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? I need to know. You wrote this in and no, it wasn't me. Oh, no. No, I've never even touched the wiki page. That's a crazy thought. I don't know what gave you that thought. That's crazy. Anyways, the user can only control his separated pieces up to a certain distance. If a part goes any further than a certain distance, the user loses all control of that part. This includes levitation and the user consciously using that body part altogether. Though vital functions from that body part continue, as it is shown that one can survive with their abdomen outside of the radius. The distance is a 200 bar diameter sphere around the point where the person touches the ground. This is another example of Oda answering without an actual answer. For the user to be able to levitate any body parts, his feet must stay on the ground at all times, as they are the only body part that is incapable of levitation. This can be rectified a bit if someone else carries their feet, as it serves as a foothold for them to stand on. However, Buggy has also been seen running in mid-air while separated at the waist. Whether or not this is a continuity error is unknown. Additionally, in Impel Down, Buggy's head was drawn towards his body once his feet left the ground, and his body fell down the hole to the second floor, as though his parts are connected by an invisible force. This somewhat conflicts with the mechanisms of his power when his head and body were separated and Luffy blasted his body away, but his head did not follow. This may be because his feet were with his head, not his body, at the time. Other than that, the user is also affected by the standard devil. Oh, so that's something I've ever never considered. Why can't I talk all of a sudden? Irie's been known to want to choke and... And what? I'm gonna need you to write that word all the way out. My friend. And what? I still think Irie has the batan no mi. Is it the bari no mi, the bada no mi, or the batan no mi? The buku no mi, all these B's. I already got that triple B. Okay, so let's start writing some prose. Immune to slashing. Can control body parts at will. There's so many pros to this one. Let's see. Can let's say can apply power to things she's holding. So that goes for like the whole being able to carry Jinbei thing. Basically, if she's holding it, she can now levitate it. No joint pain! Yeah, I like that. No joint pain. Yes, grab things out of reach. You could absolutely do that. She can travel pretty fast. At least Buggy can. It would be good for multitasking. I'm gonna put that here. I feel like a lot of these no 2-hour plus commutes to her work. I mean, it probably still would take her 2 hours to get there. He can go fast, but not that fast. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Can be her own car. Irie Buggy. Irie can become her own buggy. Irie Buggy car. That's right. She can become her own car. And she can fly herself over traffic. So you're right. She could, yeah, no traffic jam because she could just fly over it. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see that. See, this is why we have to do this together. Oh, great for eavesdropping. This fruit is truly so good for eavesdropping. Okay. I might have to stop it there just because we're like out of room, but there's so many things you can do with this fruit. It's truly a very convenient fruit to have. Okay. So let's talk about some cons. May lose a piece of herself. We know it's possible that Irie might lose a piece of herself. That would be very unfortunate. She's not going to be able to feel it or move it around once it's out of her radius of 200 Irie diameter. So, sorry, not radius. 200 Irie diameters. No, I won't become her stalker. I won't. I definitely won't. I won't do that. That would be weird. Castrate. Irie legitimately didn't know what it meant for the longest time. She knows now and still uses that as a threat, but choking is her default. That is a wild statement. It is actually a wild statement to read. Like, imagine just coming out. Imagine if you really were just a normie and you just came into this stream. Is anybody here for the first time? And then that's just the first thing that you hear. Amazing. I love it here. No joint pain is overpowered. No need for glucosamine or chondroitin or collagen type 2 or hyaluronic acid infiltration. Very convenient for aging joints. It's true. Could start a piggy bank with the number of times she's threatened to mangle chat. Well, chat probably deserved it. Chat probably deserved it. I'll put in some general cons. Can only control parts within a certain range. Vulnerable to blunt damage. Let's see. Hi, I'm new here and I'm a normie. Well, one of those statements is true. Hey, Marcelo, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow, thank you. Gifted memberships, whoo! Gifted memberships today. Gifted memberships today. Today. Gifted memberships, wow! Make sure you say thanks now. Gifted memberships today. Hey. No, so okay, so this is a question I've actually had about the Barabar no Mi for a long time when it comes to clothing, because I'm not quite sure how it works exactly. Because I think that you can control yourself whether the clothes stay with you or not. Because I have two examples for you. So let's say Buggy, like in this picture that I have for you right here, he has split himself at the waist. However, he has kept his pants on and his shirt on, the body parts, right? And so, I guess it's not a good example because it's where his shirt ends anyways. Okay, but let's say he quartered himself. He would stay dressed. So Buggy can separate his body parts but keep the clothes on. And so the clothes just kind of split as his body splits, right? But we've also seen him do a different thing, which is in his red onesie. In his red onesie, he has separated his body parts, but the onesie stayed together. So he can manipulate his body within the red onesie to make himself look really tall, when really he's just chopped on the inside. But his Barabar power that he is using, in that case, is not affecting the onesie. So there's two things going on right here. One, he can either choose whether to chop his clothes or not chop his clothes or other belongings, or, wow, he chopped himself, like if he's already chopped up and then he gets into clothing, it doesn't affect that clothing. So in this scenario, he would chop himself first and then get inside the red onesie. But did he split inside the bigger clothes and just stretched it out? Either way, that would be option A or option B. That would be option A. I think I lean towards it's just up to him. He can either do it or not do it. So that is a long-winded way of saying, actually, I do not think Irie would lose her clothes. I mean, she might lose her clothes, but it wouldn't be because of the Barabar no Mi. I believe Otis said an SBS number. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Winky face. That's pretty much how he answers everything. Unless you ask a question about private parts, in which case, then he gives you detailed answers. and that's how Oda works. It's true. It's true. An example? Well, a more recent example, which also goes back to a comment that somebody left just a second ago, is somebody asked why Luffy's clothes don't, like, rip apart when he becomes a giant or whatever. Like, I guess his clothes just become giant too, or he like changes, like why has he got clothes on when he's like super giant? And Oda was basically like, well, you don't want to see this these, do you really want to see these giant naked parts, body parts? No way. And that was the answer. Yeah, when he asked about Logios, I'm not allowed to draw naked people. Or when somebody asked about Buggy's private parts, he was like, yes, they can chop too. So, if you ask him that kind of question, he'll answer you straightforward. Most other, and other questions too, I'm exaggerating, but a lot of times when you ask him something, he'll just be like, maybe it's related to that man on that island, this imaginary distance from each other. You're like, what the heck? That's not an answer. Oh, wait, the question about the name was actually so cute because it was hard to read for the native Japanese speaker who was a child. It was hard to read the logo. Remember when you talked about how his digestive system worked? I could talk about it some more if you want me to. Okay. What do you got? What are some other cons here? I think we need to come up with at least one more con. No, I can't because we need to keep this snappy, okay? We passed the 1 hour mark. You're so silly because the first 30 minutes or so is just me shooting the breeze. So really it's only been 30 minutes and we only have 2 left, which would put us in at about an hour left of the stream, which is exactly what I wanted. Oh yeah, feet have to stay on the ground. Feet have to stay on the ground and cannot fly. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. There's not a lot of cons for this fruit because it's OP. All right, let's confirm that. Also, I forgot to confirm this one, so let me do that real quick. Okay. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. All right, so now I'm going to have you guys vote. For Irie, do you give her the barrier fruit, the book fruit, or the chop fruit? Let me know. A con would be her black company exploiting her newfound multitasking abilities. I think her black company would exploit all of these devil fruits. She's gonna get exploited no matter what. There's no escape from the exploitation. Oh, also I missed another gifted membership from Marcelo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marcelo. Thank you. Gifted memberships, whoo! Gifted memberships, hooray! Gifted memberships, hooray! Hooray! Gifted memberships, well, make sure you say thanks now. Gifted memberships today, hooray! I don't know why I did that. You have con number 2 in the wrong column. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no con number 2. There is no con number 2. I don't know what you're seeing. You're blind. You're blind. There's nothing there. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. 2 minutes to vote. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I didn't have coffee today. No coffee for me. You guys really do have to try that Italian margarita though. And I don't know what they make at Olive Garden, but I promise mine is better. My mom said it's her favorite margarita now. There's still 3 hours left though. No, there's not, Shao. I'll die. Is that what you want? I'll die. I'm gonna start going faster. We gotta get through these. Plus, I'm very excited for some of the selections that I came up with the next 2. All right. All right, we're ending the poll and... Woo! Very close. I didn't actually look at the numbers before I ended it. Very, very close call. By just a hair. Just a hair. We have given her the Bada Bada no Ni. Good thing we Runetics work for a good boss who would never exploit us. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Of course I would never exploit you. I just care about you way too much. Aww. Aww. We're such a family here. I'm so glad that we're all so close with each other. I mean, it never feels like I'm coming into work because we just all get along so well and it's so chill and we appreciate each other. Wow. Wow. There's no other company like this one, truly. Next! Winnie! we're going to select a devil fruit for the adorable, the wonderful, the amazing Wimmy. First up is dun dun dun, the Kage Kage no Mi, or the Shadow fruit. This is used by Moria, one of our 7 warlords of the sea. This is a paramecia type devil fruit that gives the user the ability to manifest and control shadows, becoming the ruler of shadows. I do think this one is a really good pick for her. I think she could do a lot of really cute stuff with it. But let me go more into detail about the Shadow no fruit, and then Shadow no fruit, Shadow fruit. And then we will write down some specific consequences. Whoa, these are huge sections. Holy crap. Okay, we ain't gonna read all of this. Oh my gosh. You guys should just go to the wiki page. Hold on. I'm about to just link it, because these are really long sections. This is pretty much on par with how it was for Big Mom's Soul fruit, which was like insanely long. We're just gonna hit the highlights, okay? The first and foremost strength of this fruit is that the user can manifest shadows into a physical, tangible entity. A shadow follows the soul of its owner's movements and cannot be changed from birth to death. This devil fruit allows the user to change the absolute rule. With this power, the user can grab hold of their victim's shadow and cut it off the victim with a pair of scissors. After removing a shadow from a host, they can then place it into a lifeless corpse in order to create an obedient zombie minion. The size of the shadow itself does not have to be in proportion with the corpse's own in order to revive it. The minion that is created gains all of the fighting techniques of the shadow's owner. The zombie will also adopt the shadow's personality quirks, though the zombie will eventually lose these quirks and become subservient to the devil fruit user. The zombie, however, is only as strong as its body is composed of. It can be useful in warlike conditions when there are plenty of soldiers to steal the shadows from and ample dead bodies to use. That's morbid, but also, yep, that makes sense. Darkness la creatura, only weak to mold growth. I would argue that Wimmy's not even weak to mold anymore. What can mold do to Wimmy at this point? She's so experienced. She always survives it. She's getting stronger every time. As for the original owner of the shadow, they will enter a 2-day-long coma. Okay, all of this doesn't matter. Basically, this is like what happens to the people whose shadows you steal. Basically, you don't have your shadow. If you go in the sunlight, you immediately die. And you need to get your shadow back. The devil fruit user also has full control over whether or not the shadows return to their original owner. Simply defeating the user or even killing them will not return the shadows they have stolen. The user must willfully say that a shadow should return to its master in order for it to be fully returned. However, this is contradicted by the fact that shadows can be returned to the owners by purifying or destroying the zombies being animated by them. Okay, so I guess unless you purify them. Tsuni no Mi. You can't understand the sealed power in her left eye. She's a Nephilim. She is an NPC of Xenosaga. Exactly. That's why the shadow fruit works so well for her. Okay, the user is also able to manifest their own shadow as a semi-liquid physical form. They are then able to control their shadow and make it fight for them in their stead. Their shadow as a physical manifestation is a being of similar strength to that of the Logia devil fruit user, as their shadow. In that state, it is impervious to damage. It is also able to change shape and size depending on the user's wishes. The user can also switch places with their shadow in order to get different places. The moment when the user switches places with their shadow can also be used to dodge attacks, as the shadow is invulnerable to harm. Gosh, I forgot that he could do that. That's so insane. That's insane. The most powerful aspect of the fruit is that the user can take the shadows they implanted into their zombie minions and place them into themselves for a power boost. This increase in power can be devastating if the user absorbs enough shadows and can ultimately cause the user to swell dramatically in size. Do you guys want giant Remy? Wimmy was born in the mold, molded by the mold. Tomato, 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 tomato. Weaknesses. Since the user normally relies on shadows in order to be able to do anything with their powers by depriving them of access to shadows, including their own, an opponent can disable the fruit's functionality entirely. Okay. Another weakness is that the user does not actually have to give the order for a shadow to be returned to the owner. If a zombie given a shadow from this fruit is fed salt, then it returns. Yeah, if you purify, we already went over that. The user can only fully control minions whose shadows come from owners who are relatively weaker than them. Minions with shadows that come from relatively strong owners are harder to control. Okay. Despite this, no matter how strong the shadow is, it will eventually forget its memories. Okay, we already knew all of this. Another notable weakness of the fruit is that the shadows that were freed by the user's powers can be used against them. After a zombie minion is purified, the shadow that is freed can be caught by anyone, who can then place that shadow into themselves or into an ally. If the person is still conscious, they will gain the ability. Okay, right, so this is how we got Shadow Luffy, yeah. Also, if the user is using other shadows to empower themselves, then hitting them with enough force or pressure can cause the shadows to escape through the mouth and back to the original owners. That's so good. Because of the power heavily relies on the powers of others, this can cause the user to weaken over time because they rely too much on their subordinates to fight, making the user lazy. Okay, I think we've read enough. We've read enough. All right. Pros. Darkness la Critora. You guys understand? You guys get it? That's a pro in and of itself. Can create obedient zombie army. I feel like she's already created an obedient army, but now she can have an obedient zombie army. Let's see. Can fight with her own shadow and switch places with it. That's actually such a good ability. Let's see. Can absorb people's shadows to become stronger. It's really it's kind of broken, that one. Yes, it would get her closer to world domination. Yes. Making her foes vulnerable to sunlight is a serious issue. Wait, that's good for her because she hates sunlight, right? So, so it forces people away from the sun. And she hates the sun, so that would make her happy. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay, let's put in some cons. What are some cons that we might see here? What do you think? Well, she doesn't die. She's actually fine, even if it is like a... What am I trying to say? She's not vulnerable to the sun. She can go in the sun if she wants to. So that's actually not a con for her. But you need the sun for shadows. So that actually is a con. Because she doesn't like the sun, and you kind of need at least a little bit of the sun to create shadows in the first place. She needs physical scissors to cut the shadows. Shadows can be... Shadow zombies can be purified with salt. Others can absorb purified shadows. Yeah, we're gonna have to give her safety scissors. Don't you just need light in general, like a flashlight? Yeah, I suppose you could just use a flashlight. But you're gonna get the best and most abundant shadows with the sun, you know? With a flashlight, you might get like one shadow at a time. She's a salty gamer. Is that true about Runie? I didn't know that about Runie. Can she get salty when she's gaming? Yes? Oh yeah, so I'll just say stronger people are more resistant. Okay. We're gonna finalize this. So I think these are some pretty good pros and cons. And now we go to, at least I think we go to, I can't remember which one's next. I think this next one is another fruit that I do not give easily, okay? It's hard for me to give this one as an option because it's very near and dear to my heart, okay? You probably see it coming. And that is the Horo no Mi, or the Halo Halo fruit, a paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to conjure ghosts, making the user a ghost Nephilim. I think this fruit would be really good for Wimmy, so we're gonna talk a little bit about its pros and cons. Let me read what the wiki has to say. I wish I could do that laugh. I just can't. I don't have the tongue agility. The fruit bestows the ability to conjure forth ghosts, referred to as hollows, that are fully under the user's control. These hollows can come in different sizes depending on what the user desires, but they all appear as white, transparent, sheet-like beings with round black eyes and huge lips, as well as a tongue that's usually sticking out. The hollows are able to fly and, being intangible, are immune to physical attacks. The most basic of these forms are the negative hollows. Should a person have a negative hollow pass through them or vice versa, they will immediately fall on their knees and become very negative about themselves, sometimes to the point of wanting to commit suicide. The user can also produce small round ghosts called mini hollows, or large round ghosts called poku hollows, which are tangible, allowing them to latch onto their opponents. The user can then make these hollows explode on command, causing shockwave explosions that damage the target. The strength of the explosions is directly proportional to the size of the ghost. The larger the ghost, the more powerful the explosion. Perona also uses the negative hollows to gather information from different areas. Should Perona wish to, she can link her consciousness to many negative hollows in order to create her ghost network, which she uses to gather information about the events occurring on Thriller Bark. She can also use this ability as a form of astral projection. Perona projects her own holo, or spirit, which looks exactly like her, is impervious to physical attacks, can summon ghosts, and can change size, fly, and is intangible. After the time skip, Perona can use some of the powers formerly exclusive to her astral projection, such as flight, without having to leave her body. Though the power of the negative hollows is seemingly impossible to overcome or resist, no matter how hardened one's spirit is, it cannot affect anyone who is originally pessimistic about themselves, as we saw with Usopp. While the shockwaves the hollows produce upon exploding can be massive, they can be prevented by causing any damage by using unique methods. Also, whenever she links her consciousness to her hollows, the user's physical body must be left behind, allowing the opponent to attack it while it is defenseless. And while in the user's spirit is in their spirit form, they cannot physically attack anyone. Okay, so that's the basics of how this fruit works. This is also a very cool fruit. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with this. Very fitting considering Runie's mascot is called Horo Horo. That's right, I didn't even think about that. Well, I'll just write that as a pro. That's a pro right there. Okay. Can summon cute ghosts with various abilities. Can make her enemies feel bad about themselves. As they should. Because how dare you? Does Runie even have enemies? Yes, matching color schemes. I'm just gonna put matching aesthetic. Because truly, that is a pro. Just a bar of soap is her enemy. Well, she's gonna make that bar of soap feel so bad about itself. She's gonna make those vegetables feel so bad about themselves. That's what she's gonna do. Next time I tell her to use vegetables, she's gonna send a holo ghost through me, a negative holo through me, and I'm gonna be like, I am the scum of the earth. Not me telling somebody to eat vegetables like I know about being healthy when I hardly take care of my own body, drinking alcohol and not eating enough and not sleeping enough. Oh, who do I think I am? I should shut up and mind my own business. But also, Runie, you should eat your vegetables if you're watching this. Please eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables. Let's see. You can astral projection is a good one. Bombs can connect. What's an easier way to say this? How did they say it about consciousness in order? Okay, ghost network. I'll just put ghost network. Can create ghost network. So she can spy on people. She can levitate, but women can already do that. But maybe it'll be easier for her to do it because she doesn't actually have to physically move her wings. She can just levitate. Let's see. And then can use projection, can use her powers. Alright, and then we do have some cons. So a con would be when astral projecting or connecting to her ghost network. Her body is vulnerable. Her projection can't make physical attacks. Any small damage will set off her bomb ghosts. I think that's about it, right, for cons? Why would Wimmy would not get afraid of her ghosts? She would think that they were super cute. Look at this darkness la criatura, okay? You think she's being afraid of a cute little halo? She's terrified of ghosts, really? Rummy's afraid of ghosts? This is Remy knowledge that I did not know. Really? Remy? Why? She refuses to go to the bathroom with the lights on in case she sees a ghost. But you can see a ghost in the dark. Someone needs to tell her. You're more likely to see it in the dark than in the light, right? Because her house is haunted. Then she won't go at all. Okay, don't tell her. Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that. Actually, you should tell her that ghosts aren't real. But see, maybe it would help her overcome her fear of ghosts because she would be in control of these ghosts. And also, these ghosts are super cool, and they're more like her minions. They're basically like they're basically like Horo Horo. I think. Okay, I'm gonna put she's afraid of ghosts. But I'm gonna put in parentheses here. But this might help her overcome it. So this could end up being a positive. Horo Horo is soft and cuddly though. But the ghosts, the negative holos, the ghosts are cute. They're super cute. They're not scary looking at all. I guess, yeah, being scared of your own minions is actually kind of a fun dynamic. You know what? You've got a good point there. All right. Well, regardless, we've nailed this down. So now we're going to move on to Remy's third suggestion, which I actually don't remember what I suggested, and I can't see it because the preview is too tiny. So I'm gonna be just as surprised as you guys are to see what this third one is. And the third suggestion is... Oh, scary. The Hobby Hobby no Mi, or the Hobby Hobby fruit. I had to give one of the most evil fruits that we have ever seen to Miss Wimmy, my fellow evil woman. This is a absolutely horrifying ghost. Paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to transform living people into toys and erase memories of their existence from others. Do I even need to read the wiki page on this one? I guess I will, but it's a scary, scary fruit. You think it's too evil? Too evil for Remy? Why is it not coming up? The Hobby.
Wow.
Hobby no Mi? Why is that not coming up? Hobby fruit? Oh, well, now it comes up. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tired of reading these. I'm just gonna tell you guys how this works based on my memory, because I'm getting tired of reading these wiki pages. But I'll link the wiki page in case you guys want to read it. Okay, so basically the way that this works is she can touch somebody, and if she physically makes contact with someone, she can then form a contract with them. And they have to, like, against their will, follow every point of that contract. And they also get turned into a toy. And when they get turned into a toy, they mostly lose, like, any physical strength or abilities that they had. And then also everybody else that they knew them in their previous life forgets about them. So they kind of get erased from the world. And they're stuck as a toy. And they're under a contract, so they have to do, like, whatever, basically whatever the Hobby fruit user contracted them to do. However, if the victims were skilled fighters before becoming toys, that fighting knowledge is still retained, so the user can take advantage of this by commanding toys who are skilled warriors in their true form to protect them. So yeah, I guess you lose like your physical strength, but you still have some of your, oh, I guess you do have your ability. So I said that wrong. You lose like your physical strength, like you're just as strong as whatever toy you got turned into would be, but you do still have some of your skills and abilities. So if you were like a really strong sword fighter, for example, like Kairos, you would still have like that ability in your head, but you would only have the physical capabilities of a puppet. You can control what type of toy that they become, so you get to pick that yourself, which I think is a really nice detail. And it can be whatever size toy that you want to. Another effect of this fruit is that it halts the user's aging process upon consumption, effectively granting eternal youth. This effect seemingly applies to those turned into toys as well, as they do not seem to change physically beyond the point of transformation. Yes, so I don't know if you guys knew this, but Sugar, the character that you see here, she's actually quite into her adulthood. She only appears as a child because her aging has been stunted by the Hobby Hobby fruit. So she's stuck in child form forever, but she's not actually, you know, she's actually an adult. I actually think this would be a pro for Wimmy. And yeah, and so it freezes your age, yeah. Killing the user or knocking them unconscious, whether through pain or fear, will immediately cancel out all of the transformation and memory modification effects. So that's a pretty big con. It is actually surprisingly easy to counter this fruit, as overpowered as it is, because you just have to knock them out. Once they're knocked out, then everybody turns back and everybody gets the memories of those people again. So I think this is a pretty big weakness. Despite the memory erasure being powerful, it does not affect physical evidence of those transformed, such as an inscribed name or an engraved statue. Highly perceptive individuals can pinpoint that something is amiss, even if they cannot acknowledge what it is. Oh, that's a good point, yeah. So like, all memory of you is gone, but not all physical traces of you are gone. Oh, I actually lied about what limit. Okay, there is a limit to how big each toy can be. Large individuals became quite small when turned into toys. If the user wishes to create much bigger toys than usual, then they'd have to turn separate individuals into parts for them. Oh, that's how it works. So if you want to make a big toy, you have to make like first the leg. One person has to be the leg, one person has to be an arm, like a Power Ranger. Okay, I misunderstood that earlier. As the contract must be manually created immediately after the transformation, the toy can retain their own free will if they manage to escape Sugar before it is issued. Okay, that's another big weakness. Another possible weakness is that the aging process stops the moment the fruit is consumed. The current user Sugar is consistently underestimated due to her little girl stature, despite being an adult in terms of mental and chronological age. Okay, so we've got some pros and some cons here. So Eternal Lowly. That's a pretty big pro, I think. Literally no more aging. Thumbs up, right? Can create a toy army. Well, basically can create toy slaves. That have to obey the contract she creates. And that can be whatever. And then can choose what toy they become. So she could just create a bunch of Horo Horo toys if she wanted. Can erases memory of the all memories of her victims. she would make you peel all her foods for her. What foods is she peeling? What food? Please tell me, what food is Remy peeling? Because you know she's not eating vegetables, and I don't think she eats fruits either. What is she feeling? What is she peeling? Yes, Toy Boys! Wait, peeling the nuggies? You wouldn't want to peel that off the nuggie, would you? Okay, candy bar. That makes sense. Candy bars. This is just a super powerful fruit. I think that's all I'm gonna write, but you guys get the point. This fruit is insane. This is a very insane fruit. A con would be you need to physically touch. The victim can't escape, or the victim can escape before the contract is finished. If she is killed or knocked out, all of her powers are undone immediately. That is a pretty big con. That's a really big con. Why wouldn't she be able to ride on roller coasters anymore? Because she'll never grow taller? Oh, yeah. Never getting that 1 cm. Oh, yeah. Has to make big toys must be made in pieces. Okay, so those are our cons. All right, so I think we've got a pretty good list of pros and cons here. So now we are going to have you guys vote for the fruit of which we are giving to our wonderful Wimmy. Will it be the Hobby fruit, one of the most evil fruits in the entire series? Or will it be the hollow fruit? Matches her aesthetically. It's from my dear Perona, one of my favorite One Piece characters. And there's a lot of fun stuff that she could do with it, but we've got to consider the ghost things. Or do we give her option number 1, the shadow fruit, which also matches her aesthetically and has a lot of really cool aspects to this power, lots of fun things that she could do with it. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. The shadow fruit, the horo fruit, or the hobby no mi. Who keeps trying to comfort her? Oh, are you seeing that as a positive? Because you could be the one that could comfort her when she gets scared by her own ghosts? I see how this is. So it looks like Usopp hard counters Remy. Yeah. If you give Wimmy the shadow fruit, who's the Usopp in the phase world? It would be Amy. Amy hard counters the negative hollow. I don't think a negative hollow can do anything against Amy Sami. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. No, I think it could still get some damage in on Dizzy. No. You're falling for Dizzy's ruses. You're falling for her ruses. To be fair though, who would even knock Wimmy out? Timmo would beat them up. That's true. I mean, that's a good argument for the hobby fruit not even really having much of a con, because like, who's ever gonna do this to her? Literally nobody would ever dare. It's a surprisingly close vote, but you guys still have 1 minute left. No, she won't knock herself out. She won't, because she's immune to mold now. I did think about giving her something like the ripe fruit or something like that, but I thought that these choices were just better in the end. Like, that was funny, but these choices were just really good. I couldn't pass them up. Sometimes I will pass up a fruit that I'm like, that kind of works, but this one would be really funny. But in this case, these three I just thought worked so well that I had to, yeah, I thought about Doc Q too, I did. But I thought these ones worked too well. Home lifestyle is a hard counter to Hobby Hobby. How? All right, it's been 2 minutes, and so we reveal. And what fruit have we bestowed upon our precious Winnie? Dun dun dun! The Horo no Mi, or the Halo fruit. So now, what I need you guys to do is to get Wimmy to do the horo laugh, please. I need a soundbite of Remy going horo, because I need it. All right, we have one more alias member that we have not gotten to yet. Last but not least is my princess, your princess, everybody's princess, Rie! Now, I think I've come up with some good choices for Rie. It took me a while because nothing immediately came to my mind, but I think it did come to me. Like, I think finally I figured out ones that are good choices. So, your first choice is Dan Dan, the Mane no Mi, or the clone fruit. This is a paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to turn themselves into a physical double of anyone they touch, making them an imitation princess. As seen used by Bon Clay, and also that other Kurozumi clan member, I forget their name. I think this one would be a really good choice for Rie because I think Rie might actually be Miku. I've heard Rie pretend to be birds, the bird sounds that Rie can make. Insanity. I think Rie is already really good at imitating people, and so I just think that she could really take this fruit to the next level. Hollow? Is she gonna be the bleached 1,000-year blood whore? Or is she just like the rest of us? No, not that kind of Hollow, you fool! Rie gains power. Immediately becomes... I don't even know how to say that dude's name, but the one she's obsessed with from that one video game, yeah. I mean, she could do that, and... Maybe we should give Rie a different fruit. This one might be a little too dangerous, huh? Let her have it. Let her cook. She's gonna go overboard, you guys. She's gonna hurt you with this fruit. And she's gonna get freaky with it, and she's gonna hurt you. She's going to cause you pain. Probably both physically and certainly mentally. You're the one who suggested it. I'm just giving you guys a chance to redact it. I could redact this choice. But you know what? Your M's, you want this? Okay, so we're gonna go with it. The Mane no Mi. Alright. Let's read some pros and cons. Why is it not coming up? This is really taking me off. It's like when you type in the Japanese name, it doesn't come up with anything. And then if I type in clone fruit, it pops up an article that says, Mane no Mi, redirected from clone fruit. Oh yeah, well I tried to type in Mane no Mi, and it didn't pop up, huh? What do you mean redirected? No, it's not redirected. Anyways, that got on my nerves. fruit allows the user to impersonate someone they touch with their right hand, adopting their face, physique, and voice. This fruit keeps a perfect recollection of every person whose form they have ever copied, so the user will not forget any person's appearance whom they imitate. There's no time limit for the transformation, and the user can revert back to their own body by touching their face with their left hand, even if unintentionally. The greatest strength of this fruit lies more in its immense potential for deception and creating confusion. By copying the appearance of an important individual, such as royalty, she's already royalty. Blah 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 blah. Overall, while the fruit lacks much offense purposes, it can potentially topple countries given the proper time and planning. That was really not informative. I guess it's a simple fruit with simple uses. The user cannot change the appearance into a person whose face they haven't touched. The user can manifest several features belonging to different people at the same time. As copied abilities must be gained through touch, some stronger opponents are hard to get close to and may keep the user at bay. The user also cannot copy their user's clothes, mannerisms, or weapons, so the ability to deceive others depends greatly on their acting abilities. This is not a problem for Rie. That is not a problem. Furthermore, while the fruit allows the user to flawlessly copy the physique of a chosen individual, it does not allow them to imitate or adapt their skills or fighting abilities. Okay, so this fruit actually... Okay, this is the first fruit that I feel like... This actually isn't as... This isn't a very powerful fruit. It's a cool fruit, and I think it could be used in very good ways, and I think Rie could really pull it off, but in general, it's actually not that powerful of a fruit. There is a lot of comedic potential. Yeah, I'm just gonna write that first. Comedic potential. Can look identical to anyone whose face she has touched. And then never forgets the faces she's copied. Can create new faces. Lots of comedic things that she could do with that. Comedic potential for the win. She'd just do the pose in her pic on stream and constantly cancel her transformation. Why? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is a social engineering. Okay, so some cons are must physically touch them. Can only copy appearance. Oh, I should put that over here though. That's one of the pros is that Rie can do the acting. It is a con that you can only copy the appearance, but Rie can do the acting. Can't touch yourself with your left hand, because that undoes it. She's going to get arrested by trying to touch certain faces. It's possible. It's possible. Does the appearance also do the... I think it does do the... I think it does, like, physical traits. And no, it does do the body, too. So, yeah, I think you get the voice and the body and the face, but you don't get the personality or the clothes or the appearance. Oh, yeah. Doesn't copy clothes. Gosh, this fruit actually is not that good. I mean, it could be good. It is a very fun fruit. But I just feel like compared to some of the fruits with other people, it's just kind of underpowered. All right, let's move on to our next fruit. Our next option is dun, 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 the Toshi Toshi no Mi, or the age fruit. Paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to manipulate the ages of people or objects, making them an age manipulation princess. Well, I did this because of Hime baby. I mean, you know, she already does this. She already turns into a baby all the time. And so I thought, you know what? Let's just give her the age fruit. And then she could just do this to everybody. She can just make everybody a baby. It's not just Hime baby anymore, it's everybody baby. Hime baby is a classic dancer. Exactly. Boss baby? Question mark? How does Rie feel about boss baby? This is a question I need an answer to. Can she make me your baby? You're free? Alright, this is another one I don't feel like reading the things about because it's just too... There's gonna be too much because this fruit is also kind of overpowered. So I'm gonna say, can manipulate people's ages temporarily, including her own. But she can also do this really crazy thing where can imagine different futures and manifest those versions, which is actually insanely overpowered. Hime baby can push out years of... Oh wait, I'll put it over here. No, I can't. Experience into like these physical gemstone things. This is something that we see her do to Dr. Vegapunk. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can do with this fruit. Gotta go, but I nominate Hancock's Love fruit for Hime. I think it'd fit her perfectly. Also, 1 year of membership, yay. Wubba de Runie. I actually don't see that at all. Why would you say that? That is not a fruit that was even up for consideration for me. I would not have thought of that fruit for Hime. This person's gone now, so they can't answer my question. Okay. Let's say some cons. So you are limited by your imagination. I don't think that that's too much of a con for Rie though. But you are limited by your imagination. Everything is temporary. Yeah, Rhea's imagination is terrifying. Yeah, I really don't think she would have a problem with this. She could imagine all kinds of different futures for herself. I guess the big thing is that you also have to believe it though. Like you have to... yeah, let me say limited by... You're also limited by what you think is possible. Because like this fruit would suck for me because I think about things way too logically and I overthink things. So if I thought of a potential, quote unquote, potential future, it would truly be like a fantasy. I wouldn't actually think... It would be hard for me to convince myself that that sort of future could have ever actually happened. And so then I wouldn't be able, like, you have to believe that this is a real future that could have happened at some point. I don't know. It's not just what you can imagine, but you also have to believe it in your heart, kind of like in a childlike way. Again, I think Rio would be fine. So these are just cons at large, but maybe not for Rie specifically. What's another con of this? Maybe I will look it up just to see what the wiki says about the cons. I'm just gonna type in the English one now, because apparently that's how you look things up around here. Oh, you can also do this to how am I gonna fit this on here? Well, I'm not gonna write it in, but just know that you can also do this to non-living objects. You can do this to physical objects, and if you like age a physical object, then you can't reverse it. Yeah, actually, let me put that in cons. Can't reverse effects on physical objects, but if it's a person, it can be reversed. So let me change this. Effects on people are temporary. You guys can't read this because it's behind my head, but there you go. Here, they're gonna explain this way better than I can. Okay. While the fruit allows the user to transform into any future as long as they can imagine it, the more the user is aware of the reality, the narrower the future possibilities become. Thus, futures based on faith will be weakened by doubts. A clever enough enemy can exploit this weakness by psychologically tormenting the user and feeding into their hesitations. It is implied that submerging the user might cause the devil fruit's effects to be nullified, or at least take away enough of the user's energy to maintain them active. Oh yeah, that's another con, is that it takes energy to maintain these effects. Okay, I think that's enough. We filled it up. That's enough of that. So we're about to get to the very last devil fruit option. Mind-breaking. It's funny that you bring that up. It's funny you bring that up, you see. Because I have a very interesting proposal. This is another devil fruit. Another one. That I hesitate to give because I love this character so much and this is a dear devil fruit to me. But my third proposition for Princess Rie is the Mmmm no Mi, or the Mmmm fruit, used by Pudding, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows the user to turn people's memories into strips of film and manipulate them. This is a really cool fruit, and I just think it fits Rie. It just fits Rie. It just fits Rie. I don't know how to explain it. Their energies match. Matching energy. Oh god, no, don't give her that. Oh god, yes, give her that. Yes, do it. I'm just gonna read this one out because this is kind of a complicated fruit and I'm afraid I won't be able to explain it well. By reaching into their target's head, the user can extract their memories in the form of film strips, which they can then manipulate using scissors and paste. By cutting out frames, they can remove that part of the target's memory, and by pasting in other people's frames, they can add new memories to the target. The removed frames can seemingly be kept for long periods of time, as Pudding had a soldier's memories stored away. This memory alteration can be a powerful tool to alter the target's mind. The memory extraction can be painful for the target and can cause them to faint afterwards, allowing the user to place them in a different area in order to complete the illusion. Unlike another memory-altering devil fruit, if the user is unaware of being eavesdropped or spied on, They are unable to modify the third-party memory of an event. If the third party is able to inform the victim of what really happened, then this fruit's power is useless. Additionally, despite the switching of memory, the victim might still suspect their new memories are false if there are other memories that can contradict it. To edit a memory, the user seemingly must have a pair of scissors and paste. Other than that, this fruit is susceptible to the standard devil fruit weaknesses. This is basically the power to absolutely F with people's minds. We're gonna make us think we're her older brothers. She could do that. And she might. I just think she would have so much fun with this. This is a super fun... Oh, the subterfuge you could do with this. Weakness, wow, your third eye is beautiful. Blushes, no! Pudding is so cute. I love her so much. And it is so beautiful. Which makes this all more of the blunder? What do you mean? What do you mean? This isn't a blunder. I think this is a really good choice. Let's write in some prose. So much fun for Rie. Mind.
Wow.
Galore. Maybe we should put in some actual ones. Can erase and alter people's memories and store stolen memories indefinitely. So a clipper, but for the minds. A clipper, but for audience's mind. Exactly, that's so good. I know, Sanji finally got a kiss and then he was forced to forget it. It's so emotionally manipulative, but I fell for it. Oda made me fall for it. All right, there's just so much you could do with this. I can't even imagine. What's another pro? Rage baiting my memories, shaking my head. I think that, I don't know, it just matches her aesthetic somehow. I'm just gonna say it matches aesthetic, because it just does. In my opinion, it does. It just fits. This is a very princessy, even though Pudding isn't a princess, I guess, she's a princess to me. I guess she is. She's a princess of Plumpada Land. She's a princess, okay? You can erase your friends' cringe memories or give them cringe memories. Cons, you have to make physical contact with the victim. Must have scissors and paste. Can be overseen or heard. Let's see. Oh wait, I forgot to put victims often faked. Yeah, I guess it's not very good in combat. A few of these ones we've talked about today aren't really combative, but not useful in combat. You would have to prep things for the combat with this, like take away people's memories of like training. Like imagine if she took Zoro's memories away and he didn't remember Kuina and he didn't remember any of his sword training. Wait, that's actually kind of scary. What if she went into Luffy's brain and stole his memories of Shanks? He'd be like, why am I even doing this? She could really do a whole lot of damage. So
Wow.
much damage. What in the world are you messaging me right now? It deleted in real time. It is sniped. That's the memo fruit in action. I don't even remember what that was. It's gone. It's been cut out. Snip, snip. Gone forever. That person's passed out now. They're passed out. We're moving them to a new location. When they wake up, they're gonna have no memory of this incident. Yeah, what are we even talking about? We don't even know right now. What are you talking about? Into the Shadow Realm. Thank you, Miss Hime. Wait, I feel like I just forgot something. I think those are the only cons, really. This is a cool fruit. It's a cool fruit. It does what it's supposed to do. Alright, so now you guys, it's time to vote. Your last vote for Alias, so make this one count. For Hime, you have 3 options. Number 1, or number 3, I guess. The Mimo fruit, so that she can manipulate your memories. Or you can give her the age fruit, so she can manipulate your age. Or you can give her the clone fruit, so she can clone you. Manipulate you by cloning you. I really am surprised how much I feel like the clone fruit is debuffed, especially when you start thinking about the fox fruit that Devon has, Katarina Devon has. It's like way more powerful than this one, right? I guess we don't know all of the details about it yet, but don't give her the memo one. Are you scared? Are you scared? You should be, because you're on scare tactics. That's true. The mythical zones always are, but it really just, I mean, because there's a bunch of fruits that are basically better versions than other fruits, but I feel like in this particular instance, it's like a way better fruit. Age fruit would result in turning men into shodas. Well, it's all in your hands now. You guys get to pick your poison. You get to pick your poison. How do you wish to be manipulated? This will say a lot about you. This will say so much about you. Wow, this is probably the closest one. This is definitely the closest one that we've had for Alias. Maybe the closest we've had among 3 in all of this. It's super, super close. I might give you guys 3 minutes to vote. If I still see votes rolling in. If there's no votes rolling in, then there's no point. You don't like the results? Then get on your other accounts and vote, you fool. You don't. You say you don't like them, but I guess you like them fine enough, because if you really dislike them, you would be opening up all your other accounts and voting again. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. Encouraging rigging. It's the Runie Ruse channel. What are you on? Ha! Yeah, bot harder. But I would never rig anything. It's just not my style. like, obviously I haven't rigged the gacha system because you guys pulled a super rare today. So it's definitely not rigged against you, as you can see. It is because he may control us with the 3 options. It really is choose your potion. It does feel like choose your potion more than the other ones have. That makes it fun. Ha ha ha. You think you're poisoning Hime, but really you're picking your own poison. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a Grand Runie. I'm gonna use it to erase. I'm gonna get Hime to use it to erase your memories of Drew. You won't even remember her anymore. But not of Gran Runie. You'll remember Gran Runie. No, no. No, you wouldn't want that. Well, then you better not vote for the Mmmm fruit. Oh, it's too late. It's been 3 minutes. Oh, it's been 3 minutes. And look which one won. That's right. The Mmmm fruit. The Mmmm me. Narrowly, 34% over 33% for the clone. This was very, very close. Me, evil? Yeah. Yay! And with that, we have finished feeding devil fruits to Alias. We have given Rie the Mmmm no mi. We have given Remy the Horo Horo no mi. We have given Airi the Bada Bada no mi. Erina was given the Nikyu Nikyu no mi. Sheena was given the Choki Choki no mi. And Panko was given the Shiro Shiro no mi. Very powerful lineup, actually. Super powerful lineup. Alias is going to be scary. Though I'm still not sure how I'm going to set up the tournament yet. So it might not be as simple as the gens fighting each other, because the numbers don't work out super well for this. How am I supposed to sleep tonight after all this fear? Like a baby. Because you're going to put on my ASMR, one of my ASMR videos, and then you're going to sleep like a baby while thinking about whether you should open a door or not. Yeah, so next we have Kaleido. I don't know when I will get to Kaleido, but I will get to Kaleido at some point. Yes. Queen ASMR. Is the Queen one your favorite? I haven't done many ASMRs so far. Wait, I did the Queen one. I did the door one. I did the spiders one. And then I did the love story. So I've only done 4. I'll do some more. Oh, and I did the beach ball. I forgot about the beach ball. The Valentine's VP isn't ASMR though. That's just audio drama. Winter Angel does not count. That's just an audio drama. Because I didn't do any triggers and I didn't use my ASMR mic. So that's just a drama.
What the heck?
What the heck? See, it's not rigged. You pulled a common. That's not rigged at all. Dreaming of getting a miracle rare while Runie ASMR loops in the background. Keep dreaming. What the heck? Alright, that will wrap up this part 2 of Alias Devil Fruit feeding. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, let us jump to here. Very important. Very important. You're so broke. We come to the store and yet you're so broke. Oh, I have the music turned off. Sorry. Bankruptcy! Yay! Damn you, witch. Ha ha ha. I am going to... I have an idea, I just haven't had time to execute it, of a way that you guys can earn some points every stream that, you know, will hopefully help with this negative balance that you have. But I haven't had time to implement it, and I'm still, I don't know, I'm like not 100% sure what will work. Window shopping is my favorite part of the job, that's right. It just means when you can pay for it, it's gonna feel that much sweeter. Will our goth girlfriend give us points? Oh, maybe. I could maybe give you an opportunity. But if I give you an opportunity to win points with the roleplay, that means I also have to give you an opportunity to lose points with the roleplay. And I feel like historically you guys are really good at losing points. So maybe you don't want that. Worth it? A vote at the end between 3 face-down cards for a chance to get points. Oh, that actually could be fun. A little gambling on top of gambling. I don't mind that. See, you got a rare. You got a super rare and a rare this stream. Good luck. Good luck. Luck is on your side. Luck be a lady tonight. I remember the good old days when we could afford to buy roses for the cute tsundere girl. Yeah, now you guys can't afford anything for your first date with your goth girlfriend. That sucks. She's gonna hate you. You can't even pay for dinner. Wow, that sucks. You'll have the last laugh.
Heck?
Oh, we'll see about that. What the heck? Gamba! That's Gamba for you guys. You simply dine and dash? Oh, that could be fun. Didn't want her to be nice on me anyways. Well, joke's on me then, huh? Don't worry, I'll never slap a goth girlfriend. Unlike an evil woman I'm currently watching. Now that was rude as heck. Dang. And that's how you got yourself in the hole in the first place, huh? Your root points are in danger. I feel offended and your root points are in danger. Runetics, keep it together. You guys better behave as a collective. Goth girls like magicians, right? Watch my disappearing act when the bill comes in. Shut up. There's no way. Another rare. Wait, your guys' luck is actually really good tonight. Thank you, Soul. Congratulations, you got a rare. Two Runie dactyls tonight. Wait, I gotta end the stream before you guys accidentally hit miracle rare or something. I'll be so embarrassed. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna let you vote between whether I play DMC or Resident Evil. I only had time for one gaming stream this week, and so I couldn't decide which one. So you guys get to decide for me. So show up early if you want to have a say in which game we'll play. I'll let you guys vote, and then we'll play one of those games. And then on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, you have your first date with your goth girlfriend. So we're going to be doing a little bit of roleplay. I think you guys will enjoy it. A special little treat, because I will do lunatics. And not because of other things. And yeah, that's when I will see you guys next. Let's go gambling! Let's go gambling! But for now, the gamble is bittersweet. And I must say farewell. Give glory to the runes! For my love and affection is forever with you. Ta-da!